These type of people, they've been secretly hiding their animosity against you, faithful ones. And I'm telling you, these type of people you are to beware of, because they're there. The enemy is there to still kill and destroy. And jealousy is a very cruel thing. If you got jealousy in your heart, woe unto them. Woe unto them. You know, you're not supposed to covet what your neighbor has. You know, each and every one of us, God gives us gifts of our own. You know, we have spiritual gifts of our own because we have a path of our own. So my path is not going to be like your path. It may be a little similar, but God gave each and every one of us a gift, and how we operate in those gifts, you know, may not be the same. But if you're a believer, a faithful believer of God, you're going to be focusing on your gift and not on what the next person is doing. So if they're not even operating out of their gifts, you know this is not coming from the Most High. You got people with all kind of spirits on them these days. And you have to stay prayed up and protected. You got to protect your energy. These people want what you have. It could be your home. It could be your car that you drive. It could be your husband. You know, somebody secretly wants your husband. Somebody secretly wants your wife. You never know. You know, and God says in Ecclesiastes 3:1, there's a time and season for everything. To everything there is a season, a time for every purpose under heaven. So if it's not your time, it's not your time. You know, a lot of us have to learn to be patient and wait on the Lord, you know, in due time, in due season. And that's okay. And in the meantime, you know, work on you, work on your gifts, work on your downfalls, even your shortcomings. That's time to work on it. We always should be working on that because we're not perfect. We're never claiming to be perfect. But you have some people out there that they're idolizing certain people. You know, they want what you have, everything. They want to talk like you. They want to walk like you. You know, they want your gift. They want who you are to be them. And they haven't even done the work. Come on. You know, you don't get to walk in somebody else's season not even doing the work. Did you help that person get along the way? No. If you didn't help build the table, you know, that table, you have to get your own. Simple as that. You know, as the true ones, the true faithful believers, we know how to get out there. We know how to do what we need to do to get what is for us, to get what is due for us. We know how to get out there every day, and it's not easy. You know, they can't even walk in your shoes. They couldn't even walk a mile in your shoes. But yet they dare to claim part of you. You know, these are the ones that talked about you behind your back. the things that you didn't even hear, that you would be really surprised how they spoke about you. Everything about you, mistakes that you may have made, those things was written on the wall for everybody to see. While they kept their problems and their secrets hidden. But what's done in the dark will always be revealed in the light. God will expose each and every one of them. You got to be careful in this world what you do to others. Do unto them, or do unto those how you would want to be, how you want to be treated. Simple as that. You reap what you sow. And here you are, you're trying to plant good seeds. You know, especially the ones that's been faithful and trying to do the right thing. You know, you've been trying to work on yourself, trying to be a better person. You get out there every day. You know, you work. You know, you're trying to level up your life. You know, you got Christ in your heart. You believe in God. You know, we're doing what we're supposed to do. Just continue that. Continue to do that. Because the seeds that you're growing, that's for your harvest. But it don't make sense when you planting those seeds that somebody is right behind you thinking they could pluck that seed from you. It's the work of the enemy. What God has for you will be for you. Trust and believe that. Don't let nobody steal your joy.